So starting with FAS. Now, I just want everyone to remember, be very careful with FAS. This can move, and it can move extremely fast. As you know, it was not very long ago, September 20th, that we were at $100, or what, 103. And then, what was it, 10/26, we were at 150. So that's basically 1 month when 50% gain. So just keep that in mind and do not let yourself forget that. Now, this is very interesting where we are. I want to check something out real quick. Let's look at the market. Now look where we are, right? Now this is last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here was starting Monday. We were right here. Now I was looking. I was warning everybody. Now be careful. We got first target right here, the 66 or the 65.55. Right. That's first target. Second target, 759.80. Now just keep in mind we are at target. Now, it would be perfectly fine, and it would still be very bullish, and this is why I'm bringing this up, if we would go all the way back to 44.56, right? That's like 230 points from here, and we would still be bullish, right? So just keep that in mind. We are getting a little extended. It's looking good. I'm not saying it's going to crash. I'm just saying that if at any time in all this, if you were to start being a little defensive, I would be a little defensive. Now, I'd be much more defensive if we get up to here and no kind of pullback, which would be the 47.59. With that being said, let's go back to our financials. All right, FAS. Now, if the ES continues to ride and hit second target, I see us breaking out of this high, right? But if the ES is kind of jiggle around and gives this time, because the target for here would be, like if we break the 151, target would be 159, then secondary target 171. However, I do kind of see if we cannot hold this 168 over here, which is this 142, then I see a quick and steady drop down to the 134 relatively fast. And depending on how the overall market does, we could come all the way down to the 127, down almost basically down to the 115. Now, am I saying this is going to happen? No, I'm just saying be careful and play both sides of the tape. If the Dow and if the market continues to run, this is a great point. Looking for a balance above the 151 up to the 159. But if the market starts to turn, then this could drop, and it could drop relatively fast. KKR, the dividend coming out on the 12th. Now, this has been beautiful. What a beautiful chart. Now, on our short term, wow, that's not even short term. That's an intraday. However, if you were to look at the intraday of what I drew whenever this was, it hit literally perfect. 83.90, 83.97. So 7 cents off from that intermediate. And yeah, it's basically playing right there. It's right off of there too. So this intraday was beautiful. It's kind of playing how it is. They destroyed on earnings, an extra $1 per share. So again, do I see anything wrong with KKR? Not even close. Let's get rid of that. And at least draw it to the top, right? Let's do this. So What this would tell us is that we broke the 50%, so then that has a higher probability that it will come back down to reach here. So to keep that in mind, that kind of goes with the hypothesis that the market might roll over just a little bit. But if it does not, and we can hold this 150, then the breakout would bring us up to the 86.26, 86.61 to the 89 area. Now, let's do this. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, so what I did, if you see it, I did an extension from the 18 low, kind of the start of this massive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 weeks of straight up. Basically, what, from 66 to 80. Then the quick little pullback to the 74. Then if you see where we are, we hit this 618 basically perfectly. It was 82. We were above it by 8 cents this time. And then we came down, we almost hit and we're having, yeah, I like these lines better. They look a little bit more accurate. Or, they're playing the lines a little bit better. So if we can maintain this 78.50, then I would say a buyer with the key to really get above the 82.18. If we get above that 82.18, then I am a true buyer up to at least the 86.61. Now, with this also being said, if we drop below this 26.6, this 78.50, then look for the flush all the way down to the 74 relatively fast. And if it can't hold that 74, down to the 70.89. Bank of America. I mean, I don't see anything wrong at all with this, but I do kind of see us trending back down to this 45.17. Just because we had our breakout. It took forever for us to break out, starting from 10.26, and the second double top was 11.2, and we beat on the fourth, or we broke out on the fourth, but it's more like a fake out breakout, and we're kind of rolling over. So we'll start us off from earnings and give us a retracement from the high down to the low before earnings, because earnings, where are we? Yeah, we beat relatively nice on earnings. So let's put everything in perspective. Target would be, on the downside, 46.26 down to the 50, 45.51. Anything below that, then that changes the momentum to more bearish opposed to bullish. Now, if we can get above this 47.28 and we can hold it for, a day or two, more than just an hour, but if we can hold it, then I would be a buyer with a target of the 50 to 50.42. So far, I haven't really seen anything that I'm just screaming at me. So this week might be kind of shallow. Now, last week we are kind of holding way more than I wanted last week. Profitable week, yes. Not how I wanted it to be. I wanted to be in pure cash starting the week, but that just didn't happen this week. Yeah. Talking to Chuck, here we go. See, all of these look very dangerous. They're right in the middle. It's a guess action here. Whether you flip a coin, and either we're going to make new highs or we're going to roll over. The market is making new highs. However, none of these stocks are making new highs. They're 2-3 weeks behind, which another makes me a little nervous. Because we're going, this is just one sector, and we looked at utilities just a second ago, and through utilities and the financials are not looking the greatest. However, let's see if we can hold the 80.89. We got to hold that. We can hold that 80.89. And then I see we could try to transition out and beat the 84.49 with a target. Let's go. Target of 87.09. Now, if you see, look where we are. We're holding this 618 really tight, right? We're holding it nice and tight, right? We bounced off of it. The part of what I'm saying is if we were holding the 786, I'd be like, yeah, we're bullish, super bullish. But the simple fact that we broke below the 618 and tried to test down to that 50 raises a little bit of concern. BLK. Now, BLK. I like BlackRock. Love it. We caught some of this, not all of it. It can be difficult to trade because it massive moves, right? So if you had caught here and you didn't get out here, holding that would have been a very scary move. But then it broke out and continued higher. Again, at this point right here, like Warren Buffett, you know, he had his earnings and he's sitting on a lot of cash, and I see why. I don't see any deals, nothing. Everything's a little extended. Everything kind of makes me nervous. T. Rowe Price would probably be the only one that, yeah, wow. I would be extremely careful. You see these massive moves, right? And then taking it back, then a massive move, right? So just if you put it in perspective, we were at the high basically on 1029 of 221 and then dropped. It basically, this bar, I don't even see where we dropped. We were all the way down at 209, and at the end of the day, we're at 219. But how do we get all the way to 209? Be careful. Be very careful. But T. Rowe Price will make the list. Anything above 219, looking to test that 225 area. But again, I'm not like 100 confident. A confidence score on this one would be a little bit lower, just for the simple fact, the rest of the market was looking kind of scary. Goldman Sachs. Yeah, I'm good. Not right now. Over here. Yeah. Over here. No. That's just no. BlackRock or Blackstone, excuse me. I would have to see this break out, come up to about the 151, come back down and hold the 144 and get in there. So if that happens this week, then yes, I would be a buyer on the comeback of the 144. But right here, trying to anticipate this breakout, no, I'm all right. NTRS. Yeah. It's just like right in the middle of everything. I just can't. No. It just doesn't. No. I don't like it. It makes me nervous. It's not a defined anything. Nothing's really defined. It looks like we're in the middle of something and it's not deciding what it wants to do. CME group was looking decent. We've been riding for quite some time. We had a massive day. We're kind of trudging along. We're down as anything above 220.29. I am a buyer, but beware, this could flip on us really quick. But CME was looking pretty decent. I'm going to put a note on there too. All right.